I'm Juan Francisco, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm here with you to explore your intuition, the supernatural, and self-empowerment. This is Third Eyesight. Hey everybody, welcome to Third Eyesight and happy spooky season! We're in the middle of October and spooky season. One of my favorite times of the year, obviously. And I thought that today would be a really good opportunity to talk about paranormal investigations, the to-dos, the not to-dos, and the pros and cons of different ways of approaching a paranormal investigation, coming straight from me, a psychic medium. For those of you who are very familiar with watching me on video on YouTube, there are a couple things you're seeing that are different. Number one, I am toying around with the idea of different parts of my studio apartment as backdrops for the podcast. I think I'm going to try this sofa thing. It looks like a podcast studio, although it's not as fancy or pretty, but it's something and it looks comfortable. And Sella has easy access to me, my doggy Sella. And number two, there's no product in my hair. It's been a crazy schedule recently, y'all. And I just haven't had a chance. I don't know. I thought, why put gel in my hair? It's nighttime. I'm going to go to bed in a couple hours. And I think I look okay. Not that anyone has to tell me, but this is me. This is Juan without any product in his hair. Unplugged. All right. With the silliness aside, paranormal investigations. For those who are new to paranormal investigations, what is a paranormal investigation? Some people call it a ghost hunt. I'm starting to prefer that term less, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Actually, let's get into it now. There's a psychic medium who says, if you're going into your friend's grandma's house because it's haunted, are you going to say, I'm going to hunt your nan, I'm going to hunt your grandma, let's ghost hunt your grandma? No, it's not too kind, right? So maybe we should just call them investigations. We're investigating a space. The term has been used, paranormal investigations. Let's use it to its maximum capacity instead of ghost hunt. Why not, right? That's just my own preference. A little nicer. So a paranormal investigation is an event or a gathering or a tour where you are literally trying to find evidence that there's life after death because a certain space is known to be haunted. And also you're proving whether or not the space is actually haunted. Now, paranormal investigation is very fun. I love going on oh, what did my mouth do just there? I love going on a paranormal investigation, and I've been to several. I've been to one in Edinburgh with the underground, as well as I think it's called, what was it, Kirkyard Cemetery, or Gray. I forget what it was called. Really wonderful cemetery, really spooky and beautiful. I've been on a ghost tour in Key West. I've been on a ghost tour, paranormal investigation in Savannah, Georgia, at the Savannah Theater, at the Sorrel Weed House. I've done a paranormal investigation as well at the Morse Jumel Mansion in New York City, the Merchant's House Museum in New York City, where St. Augustine ghost tour. I've done quite a few. And I don't think I'm an expert, but I can tell you as a psychic medium how to approach investigations from a perspective that is respectful, that is grounded, and that is fun and educational. And the reason I go on paranormal investigations is because I find them to be such a fun opportunity to learn about the other side. And not every paranormal investigation you're going to experience something. Some of these investigative tour guides or tour leads, they'll tell you some nights you get nothing, some nights you get everything, some nights you get a little bit. And I've been lucky on the investigations I've been on that I have felt at least one thing, big or small. Ooh, Gettysburg. I forgot about Gettysburg. I did a paranormal investigation tour in Gettysburg at the Farnsworth House Inn. How can I forget? There is a whole podcast episode just on that. Oof, can't forget that. So before you go to a paranormal investigation, what should you take with you on a paranormal investigation? Now, they may provide equipment at the investigation. You can check on the tour's website. You can call them and ask them if they provide any electronic equipment or other equipment that they can use, that you can use to investigate a space. But if you are not sure or you want to get your own gear, we have something handy like this. For those on camera, you can see it's an EMF detector. An EMF detector measures the electromagnetism in a space. So if you put this up close to, this might need some new batteries, but if you put this up close to a an outlet, a plug, electric plug, it's going to go all the way to red because the electromagnetic force I'm not a scientist, but the electromagnetism is stronger. If you put it up to a cell phone that is not on airplane mode, it will do the same. So if in a space this spikes up to the red or the orange and you are not near anything electrical, you can prove that there's nothing electric in the air that would make such a strong signal, and you have your phone in your pocket and it's on airplane mode, which some investigators will tell you, they'll encourage you to do that, then it's possible that there is some kind of force around you that is emitting this energy, and it could be a soul on the other side. And I think mine needs a new battery because it needs a new battery for sure. I haven't used it in a very, very long time. I've had this for, I can't tell you how long, for years. Next on the list, dowsing rods. Now, this is more of an old-timey method, but the way to use dowsing rods, and I was shown this on one investigation. This was at Fort Delaware. I think it's called Fort Delaware, in the middle of the Delaware River, just off of Newcastle, Delaware, I believe. So you put these rods, you put them, let's say, like perpendicular to your body, just so, and you put them in front of you, and they are covered. It's an L shape, first of all. Both of these are an L shape in each hand. And the shortest part of the L shape you hold with the palms of your hands. And there is a reed that encircles that part of the L shape so that the L shape, the L, can twist around in your hand freely without you having to touch it. Okay? So you're supposed to hold it still, and then you can ask questions like, open for yes, closed for no. Is there a soul here with me? And I like how they just closed and said no. So maybe there isn't a soul here with me, maybe not an intelligent soul. Yep, they closed for no. And the purpose of this is to communicate with spirit through this kind of a language with the rods. Usually people will use these rods for yes, no questions. Or can you point me, like, let's see, my dog is over to my left. Can you point to the dog who is on my left in the room? And they just pointed to her. So just be very careful how you use them. What I mean by that is sometimes our bodies can emit energy and we can lean a certain way to influence the directions of the rods, right? So just make sure you're doing everything you can to keep those rods still and in neutral position so they can do the work. And then a couple other things. If you feel a little concerned about the energy in a space, or it's your first time and you're a little nervous, feel free to get some crystals. They can be bigger crystals, smaller crystals. I recommend pocket-sized crystals, or maybe crystals that can go in your backpack or your fanny pack, whatever you're using to go on the investigation with. But I would recommend personally what I feel are very beautiful inside and out crystals and powerful crystals. You have clear quartz, which I'm holding in my hand right now for the camera. And clear quartz is energy cleansing. It is clearing a space. It is clearing your energy. It kind of brings you and brings a space back to that blank slate. But more important, I think, than cleansing a space, this is about cleansing your energy. So clear quartz is clearing your energy. And then opalite. I personally adore opalite. It's beautiful and it is gorgeous, and they sell them in tower form. Mostly all crystals, these two crystals, you can find them in pocket size, palm size, tower size, larger. So this tower opalite, we got here sort of a tower, a bar of clear quartz, and this tower opalite. Opalite for me is God energy. It is crown chakra energy. It is connection with the divine. It is also, if I'm remembering correctly, it is a crystal that is used to cleanse, to clear all the 7 chakras in the body. But to me, this is God energy crystal. So I would recommend taking crystals that resonate with you. And if neither of these resonate with you, and there's another crystal, I don't care if someone says, oh, lapis lazuli, you can't use that on investigation. That doesn't make sense. It's for the throat chakra. It's for speaking your truth. Why would you need that on investigation? If it resonates for you, boo-boo, get the lapis lazuli, put it in your pocket, and take it with you. As long as the crystal resonates for you, no matter what it's associated with traditionally, no matter what people say about that crystal and what it should be used for. If for you it helps you feel protected and grounded, take it with you. So next up, when you're on an investigation, how should you behave? And we've talked about this before on the podcast. Imagine you're at home watching TV, or better yet, taking a nap. And someone steps into your home because your home is open to the public. Someone steps to your home and says, if there's somebody here, can you make a knock 2-3 times? And you're like, okay, you woke me up, but okay, knock. Then they say, if you're here, show yourself. And you're like, well, I'm right here. I mean, I don't know what to do, what to tell you. And then they start saying, hey, mofo, come on, you're such a sissy. What, you're scared? Come on, show yourself to me. I know you're real. What are you going to do? You're going to get pretty mad. You're like, get out of my house. When you are on a paranormal investigation, whether it's a house, a theater, any kind of space, enter the space with respect. You wouldn't want anybody to talk to you that way. Do not talk to ghosts, to spirits that way. There is this approach some people have to talking to spirit as if it's like a toddler. Like, are you here? Oh, thank you so much. Like, yes, express gratitude, talk to them clearly, but respect them. Respect them because they are intelligent beings. They are intelligent spirit. Usually they are. Sometimes you get residual energy, but that's for another podcast another day. But when you start or you are on a paranormal investigation, treat the space with respect and treat the spirits with respect. And when you're on an investigation, if you feel the need to protect yourself or ground yourself from letting any energy affect you a certain way, imagine yourself in a beautiful white bubble of protection while you're on the investigation. Or if there are moments where you feel particularly an intense feeling, go straight to that image of a white ball of protective light around your body, around the people you love, around the whole tour group. And another thing, if you're in a historic property, please don't treat it like your home. Historic properties are historic for a reason, and we're, as a culture, trying to preserve them. Treat historic properties with respect. It's one thing to investigate a space that is supposedly haunted and treating that with respect because of the souls who are in there. But just the buildings themselves, if they're historic, treat them with respect. History is very important. And also when you're on an investigation, I personally recommend having the intention of getting educated. Because if you go on an the doggy shook the camera. Sorry, folks. If you go on an investigation just wanting to be spooked, you're going to get spooked or you're going to feel uncomfortable. So go on an investigation with the intention of getting educated. It will change how you experience ghosts. And not to say that a ghost can't feel scary. But remember, the only reason ghosts are scary to us is because things are happening around us that we can't see or grab or contain in the room, right? We can't control. But really, ghosts are just us without the bodies. That's all they are. And I think it's important to remember that we are all part of the spirit world. We're just in a different manifestation of it. We are in a physical manifestation. So just treat it as an educational experience, learning about what it's like to be on the other side to a certain extent. The last thing I want to get into is if you experience something frightening, intense, or something you can't quite shake off once you leave the investigation, do some prayer, some protective prayerful envisioning, the white bubble of protective light. But if it gets to a point where it's just something you can't shake off, then see somebody for that. See a shaman or a priest or see maybe a psychic medium who can help guide you, but someone who is well versed in how to cleanse your energy. I think even not all psychic mediums are really experienced with that. I'll admit that I'm not very experienced with that. I can handle my own, I think, at least I think I can. But I'm not sure if I could ever give someone else. If someone told me that they keep seeing a shadow in their house after going on an investigation, I'd be like, I don't know what to do with that other than prayer, holy water, and sage. And if that doesn't work, go see a professional, go see a priest, a shaman, see a psychic medium who is well educated and experienced in cleansing houses, cleansing your energy. Maybe it's chakra cleansing, whatever it is. Maybe it's Reiki healing. I'm not, this is something you have to look up. And I wish I had some resources off the top of my head of people who really know how to do this stuff. I mean, for sure, there's so many on the internet, on social media, who say they can do it, but you really want to go to someone who you can trust. So maybe before going on a paranormal investigation, research some people who do energy cleanses, who do prayerful, maybe do guided prayerful meditations, whatever it is that you think is going to help, or whoever it is that seems very experienced and has good reviews, has a good reputation. Do that research before you go on a paranormal investigation if it's something you are concerned about before even going on the tour or on the investigation. I hope that you all enjoy any spooky things you're doing this season. And investigations are fun. They're fun. And I noticed that the last thing I'll say about them is when I'm on an investigation and I have the spirit, the intention of, I want to be educated, I want to learn more about the spirit world, and I'm next to people who are just so afraid. And listen, I understand. I love scary movies. I love getting spooked. And at the same time, I don't love being afraid, feeling afraid. I get afraid of the dark, pitch black dark. I hate it. I get it. But I notice that the experience in an investigation feels so different for people who are on the investigation wanting to get scared versus me who wants to get educated. It's a very different energy. And I highly recommend that energy. I think it's important because that's really what an investigation, I think, should aim for. Not just to make people scream or to make you go, oh my God. It's to be educative. I think that's important. So I wish you a beautiful rest of your spooky season. You'll hear another episode before the month ends, of course. And I will talk to you all again soon. Take care. Follow the podcast and please leave a review. If you want me to talk about a specific subject on the podcast or you have a question for the podcast, go to juanfranciscospirit.com and go to my contact page and submit that question.